Hey guys, it's Kelsey and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some of the things that I have been getting over the past couple of months. Some books, some games, some are from the Daily Grace Co., some are from Amazon, some are from eBay, a little bit of everything. So I hope you guys enjoy. So this is some of the stuff that I picked up from the Daily Grace Co. And so I got some of these big truths for little hearts, theology cards for kids. I got some of these marriage conversation cards. So I just thought these were really cool. These are kind of something that my husband and I can either do on our date nights or just when we're kind of hanging out, getting ready for bed at night. I got this 31 days of prayer journal. So I like how you read the Bible verse and then you pray over whatever specific topic you're talking about. There's an activity page, some are coloring pages, some are, this one's a drawing page, and then you write specific prayer requests for whatever you're talking about. So here's one on the Great Commission, persecuted Christians, just our leaders. I just thought this would be really cool for the kids and I to do this summer. I got this one for myself. This is Preaching the Gospel to Yourself, and it is I believe it's a 4-week study. Yes, so it's a 4-week study. And so you have 4 or 5 days every week, and then I've already actually done a few pages, but so there's that. So these are actually a couple of gifts that my kids got for their birthdays. So my kids' birthdays are right after Christmas. So when people are like, well, what can we get for them? I always try to give them something from our school list that we're going to need for school, or something that I would like for my kids to have to do during the summer when we're off school or something like that. So we are going to be doing insects in May. And so my mom picked up this giant butterfly garden, and then all you have to do is send off for the caterpillars. So when it comes time, we will get our caterpillars. We have never done this before actually, and so I'm pretty excited. We'll probably actually start this a little bit sooner than our unit so that we can kind of see as it's happening, but then it also includes these little life cycle figures as well. She also got these books for my oldest, and these are kind of like Diary of a Wimpy Kid with the way that they are kind of done. My son's really into like books like this, like comic books and things like that right now. And these are specifically talking about ADHD. So like the first page, today was the worst day ever, doubly the worst day ever because it was supposed to be the best day in the history of days. And then it just talks about how he kept getting in trouble and he wasn't meaning to get in trouble, and so just very relatable for children with ADHD. So she got him the first book and the second book. So I think he's probably gonna read these this summer. I have them on the shelf so he can read them now, but he's really into Garfield comic books right now and he keeps getting those from the library. So he'll probably read these this summer during our summer reading time. So I know that we're gonna be doing a dinosaur unit this summer, and I am subscribed to the Masterbooks mailing list. So I saw that they were having a flash sale, which they do every week. And normally there's like 1 or 2 books that I like, but this was a ton of dinosaur books. And so it can be hard to find Christian dinosaur books at the library, and so we're gonna get a bunch of like secular books from the library during our dinosaur unit, but I wanted to have a couple of Christian resources on hand as well. So this one is Dinosaur Fun with letters, and it's kind of just dry erase letters, and then they have the dinosaur and a little bit of information, or I guess it's like a little poem down here about them. So I thought this would be really good for my son who is in kindergarten going into 1st grade. And then also I think that my 4th grader who will actually like looking at these as well. So I got Dinosaur Fun with letters. I got When Dragons' Hearts Were Good. This is actually one that's been on my list for a while. I got this book. It's Dry Bones and Other Fossils. This is one that I was not familiar with, but since it was part of the flash sale and I was already getting, I thought this one would be good because it talks about fossils, and a lot of the other books kind of just talk about dinosaurs. It doesn't really go over fossils, so I thought this would be a good one to have. This is a dinosaur activity book, so this is just kind of something we'll probably pull from every now and then, and it's got information on the pages, and some are coloring books, some are activities, so we'll probably not use this a whole lot, but we'll probably use a few pages at a time, and eventually we'll use it all up. This was the thing that I have been looking into buying for our summer unit. This is what the majority of our unit is going to be pulled from. So when I saw that this was $4 when it's normally $15, $20-ish dollars, I was like, yep, gotta get that. So there's everything that I got from Masterbooks. Let me show you inside this one. And this is written by Ken Ham. So if you are a big Answers in Genesis fan like we are, I figured since we are doing dinosaurs this summer, we'll probably go back to the Ark and the Creation Museum this summer. Alright, sorry about the change of scenery, but I filmed this over a couple of days as things kept coming in. So, this is everything that I have gotten off Amazon. So Amazon just had their buy two get one free sale, and so I got a couple things. I also got my kids some things for Easter, but I'm not going to show those in this video just in case they see them. So, I got them the Sushi Go game, the pick and pass card game. So we have not played this yet, but I know a lot of people talk about it being a really fun game. So there's that one. I also got Skip-Bo. So this is from the makers of Uno, and I think this is like the sequential order of numbers, whereas Uno's more like color and, you know, same number. So I think this will be really good for my son who's in kindergarten so that he can count up. So there's that one. We are doing a Henry Ford unit study at the end of March. So my library only had a couple of books and they were both nonfiction. So I wanted to get something for my 4th grader to be able to read on his own that would just kind of be fun. So this one looks really cool. At the beginning of March, we are doing an Abraham Lincoln unit study. My boys have both begged me to do Abraham Lincoln unit study. So I went ahead and got this one for my 4th grader. He's really into comics right now. So I just thought this one looked really neat. It had good reviews. So I'm excited for him to read this one. Believe it or not, I did not own the Nature Anatomy book. I know it's kind of weird that I've been homeschooling for this long and I don't have the Nature Anatomy book. I think I've rented one of them from the library before, but this is just the Nature Anatomy. It's got lots of beautiful pictures in it. This is from a secular point of view, but we just talk about that's how some of the world views science, and we view it a different way, and it's not really a big deal. So there's that. This is what I got for us to use for our I think the first couple of weeks of April. We're going to be doing a Holy Week study, and we're going to be talking about gardens and spring and all of that. So this is about the story of Jesus and the Holy Week and the resurrection and all of that. So I've heard good things about this one. So like I told you in the beginning of the video, I don't usually buy a ton of books or games. I like to do printable games and rent a lot of books from the library, but when I do, I try to get them from eBay so I can get the best price on them. And a lot of these books are in really great condition and they were half the price. So let's jump into everything I've got. Pretty big stack here. So I got the Professor Noggin Earth Science game. I know we're going to be doing geography, world geography next year, and we're going to be talking about biomes and all of that kind of stuff. So I went ahead and picked this up. It's brand new, and I got it on eBay for cheaper than you could get it brand new on Amazon, so I went ahead and grabbed that. I got this Usborne Living World Encyclopedia. I'm actually a little bit disappointed because I didn't realize it was their miniature version. but it seems to be the exact same thing that their big version is. So this is going to be somewhat of our spine when we're studying earth science next year. So I just really like, I'm really like kind of getting obsessed with Usborne books, to be honest with you. So there's that one. So I went ahead and got both of the Usborne First Illustrated Math Dictionary and the Elementary. So this one seems like it's a little bit for K through 2, and this one seems like it'd be good for 3rd through 6th grade. So I have a kindergartner currently and a 4th grader, so I thought I would go ahead and get both of these. So I will show you this one first. And I actually got these on eBay for like $4 a piece, and they're in really good condition. Sorry if you can hear my kids stomping above my head there. So there's that one. And then here is the Elementary one. So I think this one will be served the best purpose for us, because once you're kind of getting into that 4th, 5th, 6th grade math, it starts getting, for most of us, a little bit harder to explain. So it'll be nice to have some pictures and a different perspective. I went ahead and picked up this Abraham Lincoln book. This is If You Grew Up with Abraham Lincoln. So the first week of our Abraham Lincoln study, we're going to be focusing on Abraham Lincoln growing up in Indiana, because we live in Indiana, and so it will be very relatable to my kids, and it'll be really cool to compare and contrast what life was like for Abraham Lincoln in Indiana when he lived and what it's like for us now. We're going to talk briefly about presidency and Civil War and Underground Railroad and all that, but this is primarily what we're going to be studying for that. Okay, so this is the first Usborne Lift the Flap book that I got, and my kids have just been totally entranced with it. So I went ahead and picked up a couple more as well. But this is the times tables. My son is currently doing 3rd grade math and getting really heavily into the times tables and working on mastering his times tables, and so these are just really neat. And even my kindergartner will just sit for like half an hour and just go through these pages and lift the flaps. They're just really, really neat books. And a lot of these I cannot get anymore on the Usborne site. So the only place to get them is on eBay. So sometimes they have, you know, like defects, or I think there's a little thing missing from there, but if you can't get it anymore, you don't really have an option. So I went ahead, since he will be in 4th grade math next year and he'll be getting really into fractions and decimals, I went ahead and picked this one up too, and it's the same type of thing, lift the flap style. And again, my kids, it doesn't really seem to matter what the book is about. They just enjoy going through and lifting all the flaps. We are going to be doing a weather unit in April, so I went ahead and got this one. Actually, my library has a ton of the books that people recommend for weather units, but this is one that my library did not. And again, my kids are really into these lift the flap books right now, so I thought this would be perfect. Honestly, my husband is really into meteorology, and he's sat down and looked through this book and actually enjoyed it. So pretty cool book there. And I want to start adding enrichment back into our homeschool. That's something that's been severely lacking the past couple of years. So I actually saw this and I think it was like $7. So I just went ahead and picked it up, and again, it's lift the flap, so my kids just like to sit and look through it. So I think what I'm going to do is kind of use this to see what they're interested in learning more about, which artists they're the most interested in, and we'll kind of build something based off of that. So there's that. So that is everything that I have purchased over the past couple of months from so many different places. A lot of used books, some new books, and thank you guys so much for watching. Bye-bye.